Thank you, everybody. Daniel, you here?
Hi, I'm here.
Hey, good to
How are
see
you?
you.
How are you,
I'm
Mike?
doing great. I'm doing great. Pretty intense. I think everybody's getting information overload, but I know this is a topic people are always talking about.
Yeah,
So, thanks for joining, Daniel. So this session will be about listing when Binance, when Coinbase.
yeah,
I think we see that all the time in the Telegram groups. We also see the listing exchanges coming
yeah,
about listing HNS. So yeah, Patrick, exactly. When Binance, when Coinbase. So Daniel's going to give us some insights. We've been exchanging on Telegram for quite some time, and you're working on helping Handshake get onto more exchanges. You've been involved in crypto for quite a long time. Do you
yeah.
mind? I mean, do you want me to stay up here, or should I hide? Do you have something to share? I think it's more. Maybe I'll stick here with you and make it interactive. You want to let me know what you think?
Yeah,
We could
sure.
get
I
some
mean,
questions from people.
we can. Do you want to take a look at the presentation for
Yeah, if
the
you made a
individuals
presentation,
that
that's
are looking?
amazing. Yeah, I would love that. Do you can share your screen, either upload the PDF version or
Yeah,
it's just share your certain tab.
that's probably the easiest way to tackle this. Here we go.
Okay, I'll
All
uh,
right,
I'll,
great.
I'll give you the stage then, and I'll pop back when we get to questions.
Okay, that's super. So, just a sort of 30-second background and bio here of who I am, so you know who you're listening to. I've been in blockchain involved in blockchain since really right at the start, 2012, 2013. Originally on the journalism side, where I wrote the first Coin Market Cap markets column. Remember when Coin Market Cap was just technology? It wasn't about the price or whatever. And I went to them and I said, look, you should write about the Bitcoin price. They said, no one's going to be interested. I said, everyone's going to be interested. Sure enough, they were. And then I went to co-found a couple of other blockchain publications where we really covered the emergent blockchain sort of days right up to uh, beyond proof of stake and up to Ethereum. Really. So that was kind of the journalism side of it. Then I got involved with a number of other blockchain projects as a sort of co-founder of various success. One very unsuccessful in the end, and a couple that had reasonable success. We learned a lot of stuff. So I've had experience from everything from sort of talking to the developers from a journalistic point of view and media stuff, right up to working with. Okay, so when I talked to Andrew recently, Andrew Lee, he was saying that we need to get this out there and marketed and basically listed in more places. Now, one of the things that's changed about the blockchain landscape, unfortunately, in the last few years, is a lot more projects are centralized, right? So they tend to have big budgets, and that produces a different realm of expectation from things like exchanges, uh, who often want large fees for listing things, and so that has definitely hampered uh, the uh, the prospects of HNS in the last 2 years, and I can see that looking at it. I mean, you've got a massively active community, and you've got, I mean, this community is thousands of people strong, and everyone is smart, and everyone is engaged, and people are actually building in it. There's whereas you've got other communities that are literally just full of trolls, and they're listed everywhere. So that makes no sense. So we agreed that the point, the main thing that we needed to do was coordinate this, right? And what I did was kind of break down, first of all, how this community is structured. So we have got sponsors. I mean, we have got venture capitalists who bought the coin at 10 cents. So that's significant, and they're still holding. And the main thing that I see with these guys is they just need to be contacted. So we're getting in touch with them. and seeing. I mean, these sort of things happen through conversations. You say, do you have a budget to buy up some of the coins if we were going to list on XYZ exchange, and what kind of buying could be done, and all of these kind of conversations will be different for every single VC. But VC should be participating. I mean, they have the budget. A VC doesn't just invest and go, okay, we're going to keep coins aside. And if they're contacted, they will engage. Usually, in my experience, in conversations about buying off the market. So as to increase volume and also bringing other people that they know in to get interested. They're just going to be contacted. Recipients are the people who all those foundations like Wikipedia who receive the money, which I thought was really great, by the way. I thought it was a fantastic. I think one of the strongest things about this project is not only the technology, but I can see your messages, and so. Not only the technology, but the way in which this was done. I mean, they sold the coin, they funded it, the founders funded it all themselves, sold the coin just to set a market price, which actually worked. Because if you look at it, the sell-off last year was what? No more than the average coin. Everything sold off last year. There's nothing that did well last year. And then it's rebounded 60%, whereas the coin market cap index is up 25%. So I mean, so this actually worked. They did establish a base value for the coin, which is fantastic. But they also expanded the value of it. Again, we just got to contact these guys. So that's what we're doing. Contact all these foundations. Say, how did you spend the money? Can we do some YouTubes? Can we do some videos? I mean, these are great. This is fantastic brand affiliation. Mozilla Foundation has openly taken this money. I know there is a no expectation policy on this, but at the same time, it's fair to ask them to if they want to cooperate. It just needs someone to contact them, so that's what I'm doing. Retail investors, obviously, this is another massively strong point about this project. It really does have a great retail investor base. It's if you think about it, people say, well, the daily volume is quite low, but I don't think it's quite low when it's just supported only by retail investors. I think it's astoundingly high, given that people every single day buy $50,000 every single day without fail. So developers and engineers, there are very few projects in blockchain that have as much engineering community as this. If any, it's in the top 1% of the percentage of the community who are engineers building onto the product is just unreal. I mean, it's unreal. It's exactly what blockchain is meant to be about. There's no better example really of Handshake in that respect. I don't think that message is being communicated so as it might be to the media and to other people in blockchain. So that's what we're going to do, and go to these conferences, like actual physical conferences. We've been invited to one in Berlin, a Web3 conference, which I'm going to try and get us to. Because these with all the industry players there, because they really just need to see, like, if let's say I was starting a blockchain project myself and I needed some engineers, where better to go than just into the Handshake community? I mean, that thinking about it like that shows you the strength of the community, which is just not found anywhere else. I mean, you can go to the SHIB community and not find one engineer. Or you might find an engineer who's not really an engineer. It's going to take dollars from them. Okay, so customers really comes into all those people who are building web domains. I mean, this technology is kind of how to style this. Is really at the edge of disruption, isn't it? Once you start going down the rabbit hole of what the technology can do in terms of decentralizing the internet. And the way that branding can come into it, we could do That's for all the other presentations. But I think I think it's very strong, and again needs segmented media marketing. And then come the exchanges. Okay, so what are we going to do about the exchanges? Let's see. These are some basic sort of initiatives that I'm going to start putting together. I think newsletters of some kind, conference attendance are just a really great way to get the word out there, as well as a blog of some kind with stuff. I mean, blogs tend to be, they're about as exciting as the people writing. But we've got exciting people, so it should work. Video series are about as exciting as the people on them. Again, the founders of this project and the people involved in this project are some of the top blockchain engineers in the world. It seems to me a massively under-resourced. We've just got these amazing people in this community, and I think if you put them in front of a video and ask them intelligent questions, you'd have thousands and thousands of people looking at it. It's not something you say. I mean, that's my personal experience having talked to them personally. I mean, I could have sort of 2-hour-long conversations with these guys. It's so interesting. I think there is a need for some sort of data center, which I said to Andrew that we'll start building. So we've got a kind of a rolling, if you like, file of what's going on. Press releases, I mean, to various effects. We could just get more active with marketing to the press. Definitely something that we're going to do, because I've been putting together a strategy for it and talking to some other guys who feed into different media publications. External applications page. So one page where we can actually get all the applications everyone's building and people can see it. I think would be helpful, because it seems to me like there's so many different things that people are building around Handshake. It would just be cool to have in place. That'll have to take more time to build, but I think it would be helpful. Definitely events marketing, point of contact for community development. I mean, you can use Mike, myself, or whatever, and a market maker tool. So a little bit more about that. Now with listings, here we go. Yeah, are you looking into mining HNS? Yeah. Okay. So we did talk about getting with Noel. We talked about getting Bitmain heavily involved in this, and I think that's a good idea, especially with the hard fork coming, and reaching out to them to really strengthen that side. I mean, already it's quite a consistent mining presence, isn't there? So if we get one or two major miners, I think that would make sense. Look, this coin price, they didn't just say something about that, is, and I say this to all the exchanges, is phenomenally opportunistic. Phenomenally opportunistic. I mean, if it's in the top 50, which it absolutely should be, given the technology and the community development, with thousands of fully developed technology being continuously developed by other engineers and thousands of investors. Yeah, it's about $1 billion market cap. You know, you're already at a $2 price, and it should be well up there beyond that. Actually, I think everyone's kind of aware of that. One of the problems with listings, and I want to say this quickly, is that so exchanges have changed their approach. It used to be that they just list a coin, and there are exchanges that I've just contacted Kraken the other day to chat with them. We did have some sort of progress with them, but then they were complaining before that this is what I heard, that the volume wasn't high enough on the coin to list it. Now they don't charge a listing fee, so this is a significant listing for us. And I know someone I know some other people at Kraken that we'll go to if this first point of entry doesn't work. But they were complaining that volume wasn't high enough. Well, that's where I think what we do is I'm going to circle around to the VCs and be like, look, if we do Kraken listing, how much realistically can we get together and go to coin buy to make this happen? Because that's a no-brainer, right? You're sitting on a bunch of coins, you're going to buy them up, progressively. You're going to market stagger as it goes out. So I think that exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken can happen on that basis quite easily. Where there are now, that may take longer to initiate. It may be quick or it may be long. So we're going to have another thinking behind this. the thinking behind this, the alternate thinking is we can also partner up with similar Web3 type projects that are any good, and they can actually pay for our listings and finance them. And then we can, because this is such a credible project. So if everyone likes that technology, basically it'll be a free view, because we have thousands of people who will potentially look at new Web3 technologies. They would definitely pay for that. And I think getting other projects to pay for our listings. And I know one or two projects that would potentially do that on other exchanges. I mean, not crazy amounts. Wobi is $300,000, which I just think is. I mean, you can draw your own conclusions where you think $300,000 is a reasonable listing. I think when you're talking in the five figures, the low five figures. So we went through this media data room coordinated effort. So we want to target, but what we want to do is target the exchanges that are free to list on, but also, see if we can affiliate and partner with other emerging technology projects that are very well funded and get them to pay for our listings. And we give them the exposure to our community. This is a 2-year-old community. It doesn't have zero value. It has a hell of a lot of value that can be exploited from people looking at that project. One of the hardest things in Web3 is to get it in front of people. So here's a sort of marketing guide, which really we ran through, and it's just a bit more drilled down. I will put this. We'll put this in the handshake room, maybe, or something. We'll find a place to.
Yeah,
put it.
I mean,
we find a place?
We can help put it. Yeah, put it somewhere.
I don't know how public you want to be part of a VC coin buying thing as well. Contact me, because then we can sort of include you into those discussions. It doesn't mean you have to be participating, but if you want to be included in those discussions and you think, yeah, I know some people who would potentially be interested.
Okay.
Contact.
Yep. So we have 3 minutes left. So this
is the last slide, really. Here we go.
Oh, perfect.
That's a 3-step process for how it goes. I mean, basically, each cycles into each, right? So we've got to keep the data managed. I think the first thing we haven't done is hadn't had any coordination of the data. Things like email address, everything from email addresses of the partners and VCs and different recipients and community members or whatever, through to email addresses of journalists and things like that. Just keep it sort of file that we build out, and a record of when we last contacted people. Then engage with them through the newsletters and various things. Blogs, videos, I think is going to be massive because we've just got so many good people. And then, that feeds into the promotion. That's basically where we are with our. Here's my contact details. So
there you go. Great.
If that's my Telegram official Daniel Mark Harrisson.
Nice.
I basically think there's a huge potential, more potential in this coin than 99.9% of coins. So I don't think it's going to be difficult. I think it's just going to be process oriented.
Yeah, I mean, I guess obviously I'm here, so I agree, and I think everybody here agrees. Yeah, I mean, people, I don't know if you've seen some of the other sessions, but some people say Handshake needs more marketing and things like this. I mean, but yeah, I always need more marketing. But like you said, it's already made. It's already made. It's used. It's working. It has users. There's people building on it, and it just needs, somebody like you. I saw you in a Telegram group. I've been in some other Telegram groups with you. I've seen you. This report's great. I'm glad we were able to get you to share at HandyCon. It's a great idea to have you share here. And I think the best is your contact details are here, and people can connect with you because I've already seen some people in a chat say they want to support. Like Alex, he's in.
Reach out to me.
So I think probably just reach out to you. Okay.
I mean, we'll get one final thing I'll say is we'll definitely get all the big brands to claim those, right? Because you could be fired. Think about it. If you're at Google and you're not claiming Google, you could actually be fired. I mean, in a certain position, you could be fired for not doing if then that NFT becomes significantly valuable over time. Someone has a job that's tied to that. So we should see a lot more big brand participation in Handshake over the next year if we do this right.
Okay. I agree. I'm really happy to have your support, and I think people here can reach out. We have Goldshell waiting, another mining company. They're in the other room and they're ready. So we need to move on, but I'm really happy we had you come
Thanks
on
very much.
today, Daniel. And let's keep in touch as we are, and others here can reach out and connect with you. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right.